Have you ever picked up a fountain pen only to find the ink skipping, the nib scratching, or your handwriting worse than usual? You're not alone. And the good news is, using a fountain pen is easier, more enjoyable, and way more satisfying when you know just a few expert tips. Welcome to HowExpert Tip of the Day, where we bring you real-world tips from our how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. If you want to learn even more in-depth strategies, examples, and techniques on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to 365 plus fountain pen tips, available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes& Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. Today's topic is all about fountain pens, and here are the HowExpert top 10 tips to help you write better, maintain your pen longer, and fall in love with writing all over again. Tip number 1. Choose the right nib size for your writing style. Fountain pen nibs come in a range of sizes, from extra fine to broad, and your writing experience depends heavily on choosing the right one. If you have small handwriting or use narrow ruled paper, a fine or extra fine nib will give you better control. For larger handwriting or bold strokes, a medium or broad nib may feel more fluid and expressive. Try a few sizes to see which suits your natural hand movement and writing needs. The right nib can transform your entire experience from frustrating to flawless. Tip number 2. Use high-quality fountain pen ink. Not all ink is created equal, and using low-quality ink can lead to clogging, feathering, and even damage to your pen. Fountain pen ink is specially formulated to flow smoothly without harming your pen's inner components. Stick to trusted brands and experiment with different ink colors and properties. Some inks dry faster, some have shimmer, and others offer rich saturation for a dramatic look. Your pen and your writing will thank you for it. Tip number 3. Store your fountain pen properly. When not in use, store your pen horizontally or with the nib pointing upward to prevent ink from pooling in the feed or drying out. Avoid tossing it loosely into bags, where pressure or movement might crack the barrel or misalign the nib. Use a protective case if you're traveling or carrying it daily. Proper storage can prevent annoying ink leaks and preserve your pen's condition for years to come. Tip number 4. Clean your pen regularly. Even the best fountain pens need a good rinse now and then. Dried ink, paper fibers, and dust can clog the feed over time. You should flush your pen with cool water every few weeks, or every time you change ink colors. A simple cleaning can restore ink flow, improve performance, and extend the life of your writing instrument. Make it part of your regular writing ritual, and your pen will always write like new. Tip number 5. Use the right paper. Fountain pens perform best on smooth, high-quality paper designed to handle wet ink. Cheap or porous paper can cause feathering, bleeding, and a frustratingly messy result. Look for fountain pen-friendly brands like Rhodia, Tomo River, or Clairefontaine. The smoother the paper, the more your pen will glide, and the better your words will look on the page. Tip number 6. Don't press down. Let the pen glide. Unlike ballpoint pens, fountain pens don't need pressure to write. In fact, pressing too hard can damage the nib and tire your hand. Hold the pen lightly and let the ink do the work. With proper grip and the right angle, usually around 45 degrees, you'll find that your pen writes more fluidly and your hand stays more relaxed. Writing should feel smooth and effortless, not forced. Tip number 7. Learn how to refill properly. Whether you're using cartridges, converters, or piston fill mechanisms, proper refilling keeps your pen clean and efficient. With converters, fill the reservoir slowly to avoid bubbles and ensure a full load. Wipe excess ink from the nib with a lint-free cloth and never force a cartridge into place. Mastering the refill process is part of the joy of using a fountain pen, almost like a little daily ritual of care and mindfulness. Tip number 8. Break in new nibs gently. Some new pens may feel a little scratchy or stiff out of the box. This is normal. Nibs often smooth out over time with regular writing. Avoid applying pressure or trying to grind the nib yourself unless you're experienced. Instead, write a few pages a day for a week or two, using smooth paper and steady strokes. Soon, the nib will adjust to your hand, offering a more customized feel the more you write. Tip number 9. Understand ink drying time. Fountain pen ink usually takes a bit longer to dry compared to ballpoints or gel pens. This means you'll need to allow time for it to settle, or risk smudging your work. Be mindful of how fast you write and which hand you use. Left-handed writers especially may need faster drying inks or modified grip angles to avoid dragging their hand across wet ink. Once you're aware of the drying time, you can plan your writing flow to suit it. Tip number 10. Make fountain pen writing a daily habit. The more you use your fountain pen, the better it performs. Daily use keeps ink flowing, prevents drying, and builds your muscle memory for smoother, faster writing. Plus, it adds a touch of elegance and intention to your everyday notes, journaling, or planning. Even a few minutes a day, writing a to-do list, a journal entry, or a thank you note can turn your pen from a fancy tool into a trusted companion. Fountain pens aren't just for calligraphy or collectors, they're everyday tools that bring beauty, craftsmanship, and joy to something as simple as writing. By applying these 10 tips, you'll not only avoid the most common frustrations, but also deepen your appreciation for this timeless instrument. Pick up your favorite pen today, slow down for a moment, and rediscover the joy of writing by hand. For even more tips, techniques, and practical examples on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to 365 plus fountain pen tips. Available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes& Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. HowExpert publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. Visit howexpert.com to learn more.